What's going on, everybody? You are listening to the S3. I am JD. She is Lady M. Ms. Marnie Tisdale, how are you doing today? It's Friday.
Happy Friday.
Happy Friday. Awesome. Well, we got a pretty good show lined up for you today. We've got NASCAR weekend at Talladega with our special guest, Joel Willman, who will be joining us shortly. We're going to talk about the NBA playoffs first round, which officially starts tomorrow. I know we're doing the play-in tournament. Tonight is the last night of the play-in tournament. Each conference is looking for that eighth and final spot to be filled. We're also going to talk a little bit about how bad the Red Sox are playing right now. And the Diamondbacks are not faring much better. Both teams are on the road trying to get back on track. And we're going to touch on the NFL draft because by the time we come back next week, we will have the answer as to whether the Patriots drafted a quarterback or drafted a wide receiver or traded back, and like, who do they pick? And like, it's the Patriots. I mean, I know it's a new leadership, but I mean, I just don't see everything going smooth. Like the numbers say, like, you draft a quarterback. We need a draft a freaking quarterback. They may still do so, but they may trade back. They said that they are comfortable with any one of the top six quarterbacks. So it's going to be interesting to see what's going on there. But first, if you're looking to start your sports podcast, or any podcast for that matter, you can get a 1 month free trial of Podbean's Unlimited by going to www.podbean.com/CoachJD. Again, that is www.podbean.com/CoachJD. Also, with the temperature already over 90 degrees here in the valley, it's only a matter of time before we hit triple digits, and that means hydration. 1 16-ounce bottle of water simply will not do. You need a tumbler that says you're prepared for to battle the Arizona summer. That's why we went to Just Good Vibes. Shout out to Angelica at Just Good Vibes for our personalized laser etch. Hold it up again. Laser etch tumblers that we got from Just Good Vibes. Go to CoachJeffDemers.com/partnerships and click on the Just Good Vibes button. Make sure you tell Angelica that JD and Lady M sent you. Just Good Vibes, baby. All right, before we dig into it and bring on our special guest, what do we have first?
Headlines and horrible dad jokes.
Headlines and horrible dad jokes. We told you up front, they're horrible. If you use them and your kids slap you, that's your problem. We warned you. Headline number 1, both playing games for the 8th and final playoff spots are up for grabs tonight as the Bulls are down in Miami taking on the Heat, and the Kings are taking on the New Orleans Pelicans. It would be weird if the Heat, who was in the Eastern Conference Finals last year, don't even make the actual playoffs.
Yeah.
Right? That would be like terrible, but it's possible. Chicago's a little banged up.
They've been waiting a while, I think.
Chicago is a little bit beat up, though. And then you got the Kings taking on the Pelicans. The Pelicans could not eliminate the layups out of LA. The little layups.
They kept tying it back up, but they could never quite get ahead.
So they get a chance to redeem themselves, get back in the playoffs if they can take down the Kangs. All right. Why don't fish play basketball?
I don't know why.
They're scared of the nets. All right. We told you they're horrible. If you repeat these again, that's on you. All right. Headline number 2, the Celtics are the betting favorites to win it all this season. Our Boston Celtics at plus 145. The Nuggets are second at plus 275. And then there is everyone else starting at 1,400, plus 1,400 or worse. The Lakers, the Layups, the LeBrons are currently at plus 1,800. Phoenix Suns, by the way, right here in the valley at plus 2,000.
How are they worse than the Lakers? I mean, I know they're a choke team and all that.
It's LeBron. It's the LeBron factor.
The LeBron effect.
Yeah.
They deserve.
I would love to see them get
ahead of the Lakers. I'll fight for that one.
Well, I think the Suns will be in the playoffs longer than the Lakers because the Lakers have to go up against the defending champions,
right?
In the first round. So,
right.
Bye, LeBron. We'll touch on that more here in a little bit. All right. Why don't football players wear glasses?
I don't know.
It's a contact sport. Okay, contact sport. All right, moving on. Headline number 3, the Chargers general manager says the team is, quote, open to trading the number 5 draft pick, but is expecting to be blown away with an offer they simply can't refuse in order to actually take action on that. The Patriots also say that if they get a good offer at number 3, that moves. This is what worries me about them.
Yeah.
Take the pick, draft quarterback. Just draft quarterback. Right? If you trade back and you do not get one of the top 6 quarterbacks, Patriots Nation is going to lose their damn mind. This is supposed to be the new regime, the new coaching. Right. I don't even want to think about it. I'm not even going to be able to sleep until they make that pick on Thursday.
We need to make an attempt for our own CJ Stroud.
Yeah. You know, I used to be addicted to basketball, but then I rebounded. Headline number 4, eyes on the Miners. Our friend of the show, Indianapolis Indians outfielder Kanan Smith-Njigba, part of the Pirates AAA ball club, has improved his batting average up to 265 after getting 4 hits in his last 3 games. Smith-Njigba trying to make it back to the big leagues as we follow his progress. He's just a great kid to cheer for. The whole family, like his brother, if you don't know, I mean, the name might sound familiar if you follow football. His brother is Jackson Smith-Njigba, rookie wide receiver last year, rookie wide receiver for the Seattle Seahawks. I had a chance to meet him too.
Had a heck
great
of a
kids.
first season, I think. Yeah, they're good people. They're really kind and polite.
All right, final joke. Where do baseball players go when they need a new uniform?
I have no idea.
New Jersey. Jersey.
I could have come up with that.
Look, we said they were horrible. All right, what's next?
NASCAR at Talladega.
All right, it's time for NASCAR. You got sauce. It is brought to you by Mamba Hot Sauce. Park that RV and become the talk of the track at NASCAR weekend when you're cooking with Mamba Hot Sauce. Mamba Hot Sauce, don't be a wimp. Pick up your favorite flavor at www.mambahotsauce.com. We need more Mamba Hot Sauce.
Yeah.
I'm kind of like, I've got the balls to try that Trinbago Scorpion. Maybe. We'll try it. I mean, we did the Mama number 10, which is a 5 skull and crossbone rating.
I mean, I tried to drop. It had really good flavor, but that was way too hot for me.
I did make, like when we were putting it on our food, when I was putting it on my food, it was good. I made the mistake of dousing my cheese fries with it. Pass the milk. Pass the friggin' milk right now. Great stuff, though. Great food. We tried the jalapeno, verde. I hit, what is, like, you see that,
every
right?
time you do the thumbs up, it does that little guy shows up in your, not for me.
I'm just approving stuff, right? Yeah. All right. What happens if I do this? What happens? Like, is it gonna do that? Not. Like, I don't know. This is an explicit show, by the way. You can say whatever the fuck you want. That's why we're on the internet and not on the radio. All right, moving on. Let's talk some NASCAR right now. Let's go ahead and bring on our very good friend, Mr. Joel Willman. Joel, you got us, bud?
I sure do. How are you guys doing?
I'm doing good, man. I saw that you were shaking your head at a few of those dad jokes. You're a dad. You wouldn't use those?
I have used them. Yeah.
Outstanding.
Yeah. When you're a dad, you kind of find some really corny jokes, and yeah, it's it's not good.
All right, man. Well, you have got a busy weekend, or at least a very busy Saturday night coming up. I know you and your team have been scrambling to get the car ready. You are on your way. Let me get this right, to the don't get me, Beaver Dam Raceway. If that is not a Wisconsin thing, the Beaver Dam Raceway.
Yeah.
Which, by the way, is actually a very popular racetrack. That's where they do the World of Outlaws every year.
Yes. The gentleman that owns it, he owns Caravan Trailers, but he is also last I knew, Scott was in charge of Casey Kane's sprint car team, and handles all the financials for that. So, yeah. So a lot of great people. In fact, honestly, Tony Stewart's dad, Nelson, races here on a weekly basis in the Legend division. So,
wow,
yeah, he's an icon in the pits.
That's friggin' cool, man. That's cool. You know what? That's what NASCAR needs to do. Let's bring a Legends division. People that have retired, but that's where Jimmy Johnson can go, because he doesn't do very well when he actually races. I think he's racing this weekend too.
We'll see. I see he's entered to try to, duplicate or better their series.
Yeah. You, on the other hand, though, let's get back to you. You will be in the number 90 now Rhino midget car.
Yes.
Speak a little bit about that, like what the partnership with Rhino has been like, and why it was so important to lock that down.
Oh, well, I mean, honestly, to have a large marketing partner and actually utilize a lot of things that I've been learning in the last, probably 3 to 4 months, thanks to you. I give you credits where credit's due.
Thank you.
It also just enhanced what I've been trying to do, but you gave me the tools to actually put it on a different platform. And when I presented it to them, we've been looking for a major marketing partner, and I got a really good lead from a friend of ours, and I ran with it. And when he says, I'm all about it, and it changed our whole year, because it went from scrambling to get, 20 guys to getting, one good guy, and now, a half a dozen smaller ones. So
awesome.
So we're pretty excited.
That's pretty cool.
That is awesome. You're not going to be wrapped this weekend, though, are you?
No, I'm not. Unfortunately, with the time restraints of locking down our contract, taking care of the, financial sides of things, and then trying to get, a rendering of what the car is going to look like, and then getting over to the wrap guy. He's already busy with doing, here in Wisconsin, there's probably 10,000 freaking drivers that all need their car wrapped at the same time. So He's a little bit behind, and I'm graciously, his dad drove down today and dropped off my decals just for some generic numbers, and the Rhino exterior. It's not so much a full logo as it is just a name, but our car is going to be white, and we're going to have our traditional number 90 with the 22 in the center on it, and ready to rock and roll.
Was there a reason behind picking number 90, or did they just assign that to you?
No, actually number 90 goes back to, I think it was 1950s, where one of my great uncle raced it. He won a handful of championships with it. And then one of the Indy cars that my great uncle Tony ran back in the 30s and 40s had the number 90. So we kind of, when I saw that, and then with my uncle running it, I pretty much just asked my uncle if it was okay if I could ever honor him and run it when he was actually still racing at 86 years old. He was the oldest rookie at one of the new dirt tracks here in Wisconsin at 86 years old. And I said, can I carry that legacy? And he said, absolutely. So my father was, at that time when he was racing, he had the number 91. I was not going to take that because I ran that for a little while. And I just felt like I needed to get my own identity, my own brand, and carry on the family tradition. So that's where we are.
For some reason, the Hank Williams song is running through my head right now.
It's that's kind of where it came from, and I actually have the number 90 tattooed on my arm with family tradition. Yeah, it's
nice.
It's
a great song.
Yeah, it's here. So
what?
Cool.
Yeah, it says family tradition. Got my kids' names on it. Yeah, that's a Wisconsin
That's cool.
thing.
That is so cool, man.
Yeah,
I love it.
Origin story for the number.
I love it. So you are going to be, how many laps is this race?
The midget race is 25. We have a heat race depending on how many cars we are. If it's 6 cars, it's 6 laps. If it's 8 cars, it's 8 laps. It won't be any more than 10. You have to finish in the top 2 or 3. Depends on how many cars show up tomorrow. With it being supposed to be like 48 degrees here tomorrow. So it's going to be kind of chilly, kind of cold. I'm hoping fans will show up and support the 3 divisions of us racing tomorrow. And hopefully the other guys are going to, some of them will stay home. So it gives me a better shot of starting the A main. So pretty much if we have 30 cars, then we have to run a 6-car shootout to try to get to the top 22 to race. However, that could all be erased. I won't have to run a B main if I stand on the gas and in qualifying. So
outstanding, man. Well, we'll definitely be pushing for you here. Before we get into some NASCAR talk, if you don't mind, they are at Talladega. Let's go over the standings here real quick. Top 5, Kyle Larson.
Yes, sir.
Kyle Larson, speaking of a good dirt track racer, man, as a matter of fact, he's raced at that same track multiple times.
Yeah, he did, actually. So, he's won not only a World of Outlaw sprint car race, a midget race, and I think that was all that he's ever raced here. So
outstanding. He is in first. Martin Truex Jr. is kind of a surprise for me. He is in second, just 17 points behind, followed by Denny Hamlin. Chase Elliott, who finally got his first win in forever last week at Texas.
I think I said 42 races.
Yeah. Oh, my God.
Yeah. 42 races.
And then you've got, and that leads me to something else to talk about a little here in a minute. There's another driver that's on a dry spell that I'm actually picking to win this race, and that may have been a hint to you, Joel, but let's see who you pick first. But rounding out the top 5 is William Byron. Byron, who you kind of doubted early in the season.
He's never going to let it go, Joel. He's
never
going to let it go.
Yeah.
I'll just throw that out there.
Keep throwing it out there. It's okay.
I mean, if it makes you feel better, my guy, Kyle Busch. Hey, Kyle. His number is in 16th. So he's in the playoffs right now, but he needs a win, man.
That's a little spot for him, actually.
It is. It is, but he'll pick it up. He'll pick it up. Your guy, Ms. Lady M, Alex Bowman, is 2 spots up in 14th. So, I mean, Bowman usually hangs out probably, I want to say 14, 15 to probably 17, 18. That's his spot for most of the season.
Yeah.
Yeah. If he does really well, he might be up in 12, but it's rare to see him.
Right.
It happens, but it's rare to see him higher than that.
Let me jump through the schedules for the next 2 days. The NASCAR Xfinity Series. First off, NASCAR Craftsman Truck Series going on right now. If you want that information, they are on FS1 right now, going for a total purse of $770,294. It is a 201-mile race. It is called the Heart of America 200. I'm going to be honest with you. Like, the way these trucks have been performing at super speedways, I expect no less than a dozen cautions in this race.
Yeah, it's been kind of ugly.
Yeah, unfortunately, you're going to have the big one no matter what you race, because the truck series has got a lot of younger kids in it that are still very talented. I mean, obviously they're there. However, some of them don't have that super speedway experience yet. And so drafting, we saw a little bit of it at Daytona early on, and it got ugly. I mean,
it got ugly. Yeah.
It was a demolition derby.
That's where the number 17, his name escapes me at the moment. He flipped in the air. He did a complete flip in the air. Luckily, came down on all fours. Let me ask you this, Joel. This wasn't planned, but I like changing stuff on the fly. Would you rather never race a race at Talladega or be involved in a big one in the first 5 laps and wreck out? Which one would you rather do?
It all depends on where I'm running in the first 5 laps.
That's true. Very true.
If I'm a part of the lead pack and it gets wiped out, at least I was up there. However, to never run Talladega, you've got to do it. I mean, when we back in 2014, when we were there with the ARCA car, it was nerve-wracking, but at the same time, it was not enough for me to. I wanted more. I wanted a better result. So from where I was at that time, choice of team and situations, I wanted to really grow on it and get in the truck and run it there. So,
is there a track that you have not raced at in any level that you want to race at?
Yeah, I mean, I'll be pretty honest. To race like Indianapolis Motor Speedway on the big track, that would be like, that would be it. However, I guess the one track that I would really like to try to race on would be Richmond.
Really?
Yeah. Richmond is a track that I feel is in our wheelhouse here in Wisconsin with all the half miles that we have. We have the Milwaukee Mile. I've done well on that. But when you get to the half miles like Madison International Speedway or Wisconsin International Raceway up in Kaukauna, and then there's Marshfield, and then there's La Crosse Speedway. I mean, there's just a lot of big tracks and has the same similarities. So I would probably do 100% jumping something at Richmond.
All right, man. I always thought like you would probably pick like Daytona. But no, that's cool, man. I love it.
I mean, short track is good, and I did Daytona with the ARCA car, and it's fine. But you know what? I want a challenge, so.
I love it. Continuing on with the schedule for this weekend at Talladega, NASCAR's Xfinity Series. Next race is the AG Pro 300. That is Saturday at 4 p.m. Eastern Time. Purse of $1.479 million. That is on Fox. And the distance is 300.58 miles, 113 laps. Stage 1 ends on lap 25. Stage 2 ends on lap 50. And final stage ends on lap 213. The NASCAR Cup Series, that is obviously on Sunday. That is the Geico 500. It is 500.08 miles, 188 laps. Stage 1 ends on lap 60. Stage 2 ends on lap 120. And the final stage ends on lap 188. Interesting fact, there has been 7 different winners in the last 7 races, with Ryan Blaney winning back in October of last season. Real quick, Joe, have you had a chance to watch NASCAR's Full Speed on Netflix?
I binged on it one day, and then as soon as I got done binging on that, I went right to Full Swing. So
nice.
Yeah.
Nice.
So, yeah.
There's a part in Full Speed that we like to remind people of. Every time Ryan Blaney was getting ready for a race, like right after the anthem, his girlfriend, now wife, looks him right in the eyes and says, "You are Ryan fucking Blaney."
Yeah.
So from this point forward, if that helps you win, we are going to call you none other than Joel freaking Willman. That's your name now whenever you come on the show, especially if you get wins. If you get wins, we keep it going.
Hey, I'll take a heat win I'll take a heat win versus a big win. So, I mean,
There
at this
you
point
go.
in time, it's been 16 years since I've been one of these cars that I'm going to race tomorrow. And that 16 years ago, it was way different. Like, believe it or not, the cars changed so much in 16 years that the horsepower, the motor,
Oh yeah.
I believe
just a lot of different technology. And, so, I mean, it's the philosophy is the same, but at the same time, I got Ford power, I got the Ford performance power. It's 318 horsepower out of a 4-cylinder. So yeah, I'm pretty stoked. So,
All right. Now, Joel, do you remember the movie Speed? I mean, who doesn't,
absolutely.
right? So there's a famous line in there that goes, "Pop quiz, hot shot." So I'm going to say the same thing right now. I'm going to say it to both of you. Pop quiz, hot shot. We are going to play a round of Are You Smarter Than a Fifth Grader?
Oh boy.
I know, right?
With the two of you going head to head.
All right,
Here are the
Marty,
rules. Here are the rules. We are going to rotate questions, right? First, because Joel is the guest, he will go first. Now, the first of 5 correct wins. You may get one pass to your opponent to answer the same question. And if he or she answers wrong, you get the point and you get to go again. If your opponent gets it right, they get the point and they get to answer the next question. I take your first answer. No do-overs.
All right.
No do-overs. So with that being said, Joel, first question. This is 5th grade education. Are your kids going to watch this?
My kids are in high school.
I know, but all right, here we go.
I'm not going to replay it for him if I miss it.
Smart man right there. You can say I nailed them all. All right. First question. What is the capital of Russia? 15 seconds to answer. What is the capital of Russia? You can answer it or pass. 5 seconds.
Too. Russia it's a continent. I mean,
time is up. The answer is Moscow.
I knew it was a freaking vodka.
I
would have said that as the capital.
The first thing I wanted to say is the Kremlin is there.
Yes.
And I'm like, wait.
I was thinking to myself, and I thought,
all right,
Castaway.
No points. Ms. Marnie, 15 seconds on the clock.
Yeah.
What is the process of water turning into vapor called? What is the process of water turning into vapor?
Process of water turning into vapor?
Yes. 5 seconds. 3, 2.
I can only
1.
think of boiling water, and I don't think that's what you're asking for. You want the scientific name.
Evaporation. Joel, can we get our first point on the board? 15 seconds on the clock. What is the tallest mammal on Earth?
Giraffe.
Very good. We have a point. We have a point on the board. Joel has one. Let me write this down.
Yeah. No, you don't have to write it down. I can count on one finger.
Marty. All right, Marty, for the tie so far. Joel's up 1-0. Who was the first person to step on the moon?
Neil Armstrong.
That is correct. She comes back and ties it up.
One small step for man, one giant leap for mankind.
Is that allegedly?
Allegedly. All right.
In today's day and age.
All right.
Right.
Next up, this one's for Joel. What is the process of a caterpillar turning into a butterfly called?
They get in a cocoon.
What is the process called when they turn into a butterfly? 5 seconds.
Transformation.
That is your first answer, and that is incorrect. It is called metamorphosis. Metamorphosis.
Now that stuff
pretty sure
comes
that's
together.
defined as a
I
transformation.
can't give this question to her.
Yeah,
I can't give this question to her because she'll nail it.
So,
all right.
We need a tie score here.
2 seconds on the clock. Now, who wrote the Harry Potter book series?
Oh, J.K. Rowling's.
There you go.
Question.
I was like, how did she land with this one? 2-1. Next up, 15 seconds on the clock. Joel, what is the capital? How you keep getting capitals? What is the capital of Australia?
Sydney.
That is incorrect. It is Canberra.
Really?
I would have said Sydney too. That makes you feel
I would have said Sydney too.
I've never even heard of that other city.
I saw this. I had to look it up. It is correct.
Seriously, Canberra must be in the
Canberra.
center of the continent then.
All right. Next up, remember you guys have one pass that you can do as well. It is 2-1 with Marnie. Number 8. What is the process by which plants make their food called?
Oh, photosynthesis.
That is correct.
Okay.
That is correct. It is currently 3-1. First to 5 will win.
I knew remembering that word would come in handy at some point in my adult life.
Next up, Joel. Who wrote the famous play Romeo and Juliet?
Shakespeare.
That is correct. Full name is William Shakespeare. I call him Bill. But yeah,
you knew him on a first name basis? Or
yeah,
what?
I mean, yeah, I'm old. That's why I shaved my beard so I didn't look so old.
There you go.
All right, next up, Ms. Marnie. What is the capital of France?
I really want to say Paris, so I'm gonna, but I feel like it's a trick question.
I was hoping you would think it would be a trick question. It is Paris.
It is
Paris, France. 4-2. Joel. Remember, you only have 15 seconds to answer this. Keep that in mind. You have one pass left. If a backyard is 50 feet long and 20 feet wide, how many square feet is in the yard?
50 by 20 be 1,000 square feet.
That is correct.
See?
All right, 4-3. All right. She's going to know this one too. All right. Ms. Marnie, for the win. In classical music, what instruments usually comprise a string quartet?
Violin, viola, cello, and bass.
Wow. 2 violins, viola, and cello.
Really?
Not the bass, but you did say viola, cello, and the bass. Judge's ruling because she added bass to the answer. That is incorrect. It is viola and cello, no bass.
I played in orchestra, not in quartets.
Joel has a chance to tie it. On the periodic table, Joel, which element is represented by the letter N?
Nitrogen.
That is correct for the tie. He's storming back. All right, Ms. Marnie, again for the win, or you could pass. How many feet are there in 75 yards?
I don't think my brain's going to do the math that fast.
How many feet? 75 yards. 5 seconds.
195?
That is incorrect. It is 225.
Yeah.
Joel, for the win. For the win. Oh my God. This is the next question in order. For the win, Joel, or you can pass. What gas do humans need in order to live?
What? Oxygen.
Thank you for the win. I can't believe that's the question. That's the winning question. I wanted to skip it.
Indigestion.
Hey, it's a fifth grade question. Joel, for the win, unbelievable comeback. On it could be on a technicality, but judge's ruling says it was incorrect.
Hey, I'll take the technicality.
All right. Hopefully, you know what? If you win tomorrow on a technicality, you take that too. Absolutely.
It's a big payday tomorrow. So
absolutely. All right, Joel, real quick before you go, how can everybody follow you? Where can they follow you on social media?
You can check me out on social media. Would be first one would be X. I'm on there as Badger Outlaw 90. You can also check me out on Instagram at Badger Outlaw 90. All 3 Facebook pages that I have: Joel Willman Racing. I have one personal, one athlete page, and then let's see, LinkedIn. Catch me on there, and YouTube. We're gonna start tomorrow. We're gonna start trying to get some quick segments. I'm on Snapchat as well, so we're going to try getting some of that footage and just try to get some interest and hit all the social platforms that I possibly can to get the Willman Racing brand out there. So
very cool.
Outstanding, man. We wish you nothing but the best. How can we watch? Where can we watch?
You can catch it actually tomorrow. It's on flowracing.com. It's it's one of the like pay-per-view subscription. I think one race is, you can get like a month for like $9.99 and get all kinds of races that are, everything from watching World of Outlaws, which are the IRA cars. And then there's the high stake sprint car series, which Casey Kane and Brad Sweet and Kyle Larson own, I believe. So, yeah.
All right, man.
Yeah, we've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I think I counted 5 more races on Flow Racing this year. And then we have, I think, half a dozen of them are going to be on Badger Racing TV. So we'll see how I can pull up those when we get closer and get the details for that. So,
all right, man. We'll be cheering for you. We'll be following you. We'll be cheering for you as always. Don't forget to do your homework tonight. Little side thing that we got going on. But yeah, man, we're cheering for you and wish you nothing but the best tomorrow night as you jump in the midgets. Take care, bud.
All right. Hopefully I don't become a yard dart tomorrow. Thank you guys. It's been fun. You guys have a great night.
You too.
All right, brother.
Bye-bye.
Later. That was awesome.
Yep.
The comeback of all time. It was a technicality, but I gotta be fair.
It was not. It wasn't a technicality, though. It wasn't straight up not the right answer.
Yeah. See, wow. God, your honesty is just only works when you're not talking about how good I
won games growing up. Is because the rest of my family would have argued the technicality until they were blue in the face, so they could have had the point and won. And I was like, yeah.
Awesome. So you're just used to giving in. You're just used to giving in. What is?
I don't enjoy the win as much unless I actually earned it. So.
All right. Well, that's what I love about you. All right. So what's next?
Where are we? Eye on the diamond.
Very good. All right. Eye on the diamond. I don't know if you really want your eye on the diamond right now, because right now the Diamonds suck. The Red Sox are 10-10 currently on the road at Pittsburgh. They are 3-7 in their last 10. They started out 7-3.
Yeah.
But they got a lot of injuries already. Story is on the injured list. Devers is going to be out for a few days. O'Neill is on the 10-day. O'Neill and Devers collided, and O'Neill had like 8 stitches.
I feel like I remember watching.
Yep.
Okay.
So he's out. He's our hottest bat.
Yeah.
Not anymore. All right. And then Devers is struggling. He's got a knee issue because of the collision.
Right.
So they're taking it day by day with him.
It's a bit scarier. I would have rather he just had to get a couple stitches and it was good.
Man. And then the Diamondbacks are playing 500 ball right now. They're 5-5 in their last 10. They're on the road. They got shut out yesterday at San Francisco. They got a 4-game series at San Francisco, and they got shut out 5-0. When you travel, you got to pack that offense.
Yeah.
First time they traveled, they forgot the pitching.
They're having a very strong first half of the game, and then they're coming in that second half. And
we're not going to take too much time on them. I mean, we got to keep supporting our teams. But Sox are 10-10. Diamondbacks are 9-11. Again, on the road right now in San Francisco. Sox are in Pittsburgh.
They got to figure it out. And get a little turnaround back on the right track again.
Got to get healthy. Oh my God. Even Garrett Whitlock, one of our starting pitchers, he's out.
Yeah.
Like, really, we're only 20 games in and we're missing like a huge part of our core already. Yeah. 1/3 of our starting lineup is hurt.
No bueno.
Like, definitely no bueno. All right. What's next?
NBA playoffs play-in tournament final night.
All right, so the final nights tonight, Chicago is at Miami. That game is actually going on right now. I'm trying not to look. And then that is followed up by Sacramento at New Orleans at 6:30 our time, 9:30 Eastern Standard Time. The Heat and the Bulls are on ESPN, and then Sacramento at New Orleans will be on TNT tomorrow. You got the first official playoff round. Starts off at 10 a.m. our time. That is Orlando at Cleveland. Then you got the Phoenix Suns on the road at Minnesota. That's at 12:30. Philadelphia at New York at 3 o'clock. And then you've got the layups at Denver at 5:30. Good, so we can watch them lose while we're eating. Awesome. Love it. Denver better not lose that series.
Right.
Better not lose that series.
I agree. I don't think they will, though. They've got a pretty good track record against the Lakers, I feel
Well, let's go through these real quick. I mean, we can't say the first round matchups for the number one seeds because their opponents are being decided today. Mm-hmm. Let's go to the other matchups. We got Orlando at Cleveland. Cleveland is actually favored tonight or tomorrow, -4.5. Over-under is 207.5. Orlando kind of snuck in there. So it's Cleveland or Orlando at Cleveland. Who do you have winning that series?
What are the team names? I struggle with that. It's Magic.
Cleveland Cavaliers and the Orlando Magic.
Right. Why can I not hold that they're from Cleveland?
And then you have Phoenix, which is the Suns, in case you don't know that one, at the Minnesota Timberwolves.
Timberwolves.
Right. It's going to be a tough matchup for the Suns because of the Minnesota's length. So they're going to have to shoot the lights out in order to take down Minnesota. I would be shocked if Minnesota loses this series to Phoenix. Phoenix is good. Minnesota's just got a lot of length on the inside. I think it's going to be trouble for Phoenix. So I'm going to take Minnesota on that one. Who are you thinking?
My gut thinks that the Suns can take the Timberwolves, so I kind of leaning towards the Suns, honestly.
Good. So we have a reason
I don't have reasoning behind it, though. Like, you're using factual information to make your decision.
That's perfectly okay, because usually we both pick against the home team, and rightfully so. They never win. But, I mean, at least one of us,
they'll
pick
get
them
farther before they choke.
Well, if they're eliminated in the first round, you can't get that far.
That's spoken from my heart. So they'll get
so you're saying they won't lose until they get to like the Western Conference Finals.
Until they're in there, and then all of a sudden, if it's going to happen, it'll be awful.
They want Suns fans to really. They want them to really feel that heartbreak.
They couldn't beat the Celtics, and they're going to have to play them if they get in there deep enough. So.
Well, if they go to the finals and the Celtics go to the finals, then two different conferences.
It would be nice to see them in the finals again. I'm always down for that, at least. But I don't know.
I mean, it's a good environment.
But I think a good environment. The first week, the first round.
The first round. So they got to get past Minnesota. All right, Philadelphia at New York. Joel Embiid came back just in time.
Did we pick
I took
Magic
Minnesota.
Cav?
No, I picked Cleveland. You picked Cleveland.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah. So Philadelphia at New York.
76ers versus the Knicks.
Yep.
They both kind of surprised me this season, especially in the second half with the 76ers. I don't feel like they started strong, although that might be a warped memory, but I kind of feel like the Knicks have the edge.
I'm giving the Knicks the edge in this one.
Yeah.
Giving the edge in this one. Then we have the Lakers. Yes, I actually called their name right this time. At the reigning defending champion, Denver Nuggets.
The only way the Lakers win is if the Nuggets choke hard and lose like half of their main players to injuries. Knock on wood, because I'm not trying to speak that into existence, but I think the Nuggets are definitely going to.
Denver is favored in this game by 7.5. It is the largest point spread out yet.
Yeah.
But then again, they haven't put out the spread for the Celtics game or the Oklahoma City game because they don't know who they're playing. But they'll definitely be favored. It'll probably be larger than this, but right now that is the largest spread on the board.
Yeah.
All right. And then tomorrow or Sunday's matchup, all those games are tomorrow. Yeah. Sunday's matchups, the only ones that are on the board right now is Dallas at the Clippers. Dallas Mavericks at the Los Angeles Clippers. Which, by the way, if I'm going in order for the schedule, the Boston Celtics play early on Sunday at 10 a.m. our time. Well, so you're going to have to get out of bed. You're going to get out of bed.
Or I'll just put it on upstairs. No, I'm kidding.
True story. I may do the same thing with you.
I'm going to want to see that one.
With you. All right. And then you got Dallas at LA, the Clippers in LA at 12:30 our time. Mavericks been playing really well lately.
Yeah. They have.
And then I will say that Kawhi is nursing an injury. He's iffy for game one, Kawhi Leonard for the Clippers. So
the Clippers surprised me most of this season whenever I disrespected that they could win. They somehow did. So I'm a little on the fence. I honestly feel like those two teams are fairly evenly matched.
Right now, the odds are saying the same thing. The odds are saying that Dallas is favored by 1.5.
Okay.
On the road.
The slight edge to Mavericks.
So I think Dallas will take that series.
I can get behind that. And who is it that the Celtics actually even are going to beat?
That's going to depend on who wins between Chicago and Miami.
Oh, right. That's right. I mean, they're going to win regardless, so it's fine. But
they better. Oh, I would love to see the Celtics. Okay, so perfect world, the Miami Heat win, and then the Celtics eliminate them in the first round because the Heat eliminated Boston last year in the Eastern Conference Finals.
So like a revenge elimination?
Oh, yeah. They're going to come out big time. Big time. Okay. All right. Then you got Indiana at Milwaukee. Giannis is hurt. He may not play. I don't think he's playing one. Damian Lillard is also hurt, but he's playing for Milwaukee.
But those are players that you do not want out when you're in the playoffs, though.
Obviously.
Giannis is special.
Giannis is the team. He is that team.
He is.
I'm
not sure Lillard could carry that on his own without Giannis there, especially if he's hurt and he's going to have to be frugal with his movements and whatnot, presumably.
Indiana is actually favored on the road at Milwaukee right now, minus 1.5. So it's going to be
Indiana's
interesting.
The Pacers?
Yep. Pacers at the Bucks.
I mean, I would have given it to the Bucks, but when you're telling me that their two biggest players are an issue for them, then I honestly think the Pacers.
Well, Lillard's supposed to play.
On that. I might agree with the odds. That's what I'm saying.
Lillard's supposed to play, but Giannis, I don't think is playing. So,
I mean, Giannis is going to make a huge difference, though. He's not a slight difference. And then if Lillard is playing with an injury, they're probably going to be tentative about how much they're using him, and I don't know that he'll be able to play to his full capacity.
I'm going to say Milwaukee pulls this one out. With or without Giannis. I think they can manage with that. As long as Lillard plays every game, they'll win. Okay. They still have good players. All right. Moving on. What is next?
The NFL draft coming up.
I'm going to lose sleep thinking of all the ways the Patriots screwed this up. Because it's supposed to be a new start, new regime, new head coach, new office, new everybody. New phone, who this? Look, Pick a quarterback at 3. The only way that I can see them doing better is if they trade back, nail the quarterback, get another first round pick to play with, or at least an early second round pick.
Right.
Then they can still pick, as long as it's like in the first like 12 or 13 picks. If the 12 or 13th, which I think is like Minnesota and then somebody else that has those picks, if they want to move up, I can be okay with the number 12 pick. Then they got the number 3 pick in the second round, as well as the 12th pick in the second round. I can be okay with that as long as they get another first round pick the following year. But they can't just, this is number 3 pick. If they give it away, they're going to want the house to give that draft pick away.
Some of their trades have been fairly mediocre, maybe leading up to this. Not bad, but not like anything that's going to get you really excited. So I feel the nerves. I get what you're talking about.
They didn't
here.
really nail it.
Really like stellar, amazing acquisition, so that they have something that they can build a centerpiece around.
Yeah. But according to pretty much everybody online, there's as many as 6 quarterbacks that would be a fit with New England. Honestly, I think if they stick at number 3, I think they're going to draft Drake May. If they move back, I think they're going to draft J.J. McCourty. McCourty? I think so. McCarthy.
I don't know. I'm bad with the kids' names until they're on the team, and then I remember them forever.
Yeah. All right. I think that's pretty much it. Well, the Cardinals are all over the map. Like, there's some people saying the Arizona Cardinals are going to try and draft a quarterback so they can get out of Kyler Murray's terrible contract. They have them anywhere from a quarterback to a cornerback to an offensive tackle to a defensive lineman. All right, Ref Snyder just hit a 2-run home run for the Red Sox. Outstanding.
Nice.
All right.
Good job.
With that being said, though, like next week we're going to be talking about it. We're going to critique it, whether or not they nailed it or not, and we'll figure it out. We may have to go live earlier.
Yeah,
just because
we don't want to miss it.
We don't want to miss the second round on Friday, second through the 4th round picks on Friday. Right. So we may have to be on earlier. Stay tuned. I know we have millions of people that are watching this right now. We will let you know. We will let you know what our schedule is going to be heading into Friday so that you do not miss our pretty faces, and then see if Marty can redeem herself with another round of Are You Smarter than a Racer? Are you smarter than a racer?
Nope. Not smarter than a 5th grader either.
We are now renaming the session. Are you smarter than a racer? Are you smarter than a race car driver? That is our new segment. Ms. Marty's going to carry that one throughout the season. That is awesome. I love it. It was a great comeback by him. Great comeback. Yeah, it's a technicality, but you're absolutely right. It was the right thing to do. I'm an awesome referee, and I'm not going to get fired. So, all right. Once again, let's give a shout out to our segment sponsors, Mamba Hot Sauces. Neil and Karen are 2 of the nicest people you will ever meet. Check them out by going to mambahotsauces.com or go to coachjeffdemers.com/partnerships. And you will see all of them, including Just Good Vibes. Let's give a shout out to Angelica again at Just Good Vibes for the tumbler that I pretty much sleep with. It sits right next to the bed as I'm sleeping. It is right there. I love it. Not as much as I love you, though. And remember, if you're looking to start your first podcast, you can get a 1-month free trial by going to 1-month free trial their unlimited hosting plan by going to podbean.com/Coach D, or again, just click on the partnerships tab at coachjeffdemers.com. Shout out to all our other partners at coachjeffdemers.com. One final note, as always, shout out to our men and women in uniform, past and present. Thank you for your service and your sacrifice. Hooah! Lady M, what is the final word?
Keep loving sports.
We'll see you later.